All right, we got our guest, man. Hip hop legend, man.
Man.
For
Um,
sure.
creator of trap music, king of the South,
Mm.
man.
In the Trap
Man.
Museum.
Got the Trap Museum, actor extraordinaire, businessman,
Activist.
activist,
Mm-hmm.
linguist,
Podcaster.
podcaster, many a
Entrepreneur.
I think we said entrepreneur.
Father.
Multitude of attributes this man has, and we are glad to have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, Tip Harris, T.I. on the Godcast.
What's going down? What's going down?
My boy,
Yo.
What's up,
Peace.
fam?
What up? I ain't never met you, bro, but what's going on, man?
What's happening, fam? Man, I'm cooling, bro.
Yeah.
I'm cooling, man. Thank
That's
y'all
just-
for welcoming me here, bro. It's an honor and it's a pleasure. You know what I mean?
hey, we glad you could take time out of your day. Could you grace us maybe with putting it on landscape mode?
Oh, absolutely. My bad. Oh, wait a minute. Shit.
Expeditiously.
Hold up. Yeah, let's see. That's better.
There we go.
Hey.
Pull up
Cool.
the screen. There we go.
All right.
So how you, my brother?
Man, I'm cooling, man. Just enjoying every minute of it. You dig?
Okay, where
Word.
you at right about this time?
I know I see heat lamps and
Man, I'm on the patio of a fancy restaurant, man, somewhere on the West Coast.
That's
okay.
how they do it. Oh, somebody walking through and they gotta you notice how they trip. You can sit down at your table with no mask on, but if you get up and try to walk somewhere, where's
That's the
the
strangest thing, ain't it?
Isn't that the strangest thing? How do you
That's
feel
the
about that?
strangest thing. You got to wear a mask from the door to the table. Then you take your mask off and everything's fine.
Right, but if I get up and go to the bathroom, it's a
Then you got to
problem.
put it back on.
because you breathing at your table, they say you guys fuck each other up. But then when you
got
get up,
circulated oxygen.
right.
I ain't buying it.
Hey,
But anyway, my brother,
I'm gonna just keep my opinion to myself.
Yeah, we all do. Except minus Jamar. He's very vocal with his opinion.
hey, somebody got to do it. What you sipping on there, brother?
Man, some tequila base.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Tequila base concoction.
You know, I like that brown water myself. You
Yeah,
know.
well, I believe it's a reposado though. You know what I'm saying? Reposado, it's brown. That's light brown tequila.
You know,
Nice.
one of our longtime viewers just started a tequila company, and she sent me some tequila, and it's actually a brown tequila. I didn't try it yet, but she said
Okay.
it's similar to a cognac, so I'm gonna try that, see what it's like, check it out.
Yeah, man, you should try it.
Okay, all right. So yeah, man, we got you here. Let's get into it, man. Let's get
Sure.
into your origins, man. Your especially your musical origins. You know, this is a hip hop based show, and you know, one of the first things we always like to ask people is, when were you first exposed to hip hop,
Mm.
and when did you transition from being a fan to a participant?
Damn. Okay. Man, I tell this story a lot, and I even had the pleasure of telling this story to OG, man. But one of the first songs I can ever remember hearing, memorizing, and reciting out loud was LL Cool J, "I'm Bad."
Hell yeah.
That was the first song
Hell yeah.
that I can recall ever knowing, like, as a kid hearing, oh yeah, that's my song. That was the first song for me. So I would like to think that introduced me into, hip hop as I guess an aficionado. After that song, I was listening for what's next. You know what I mean? I wanted to hear, I Need Love, and
Hell yeah.
everything after that. You did?
Now, what attracted you to that song? Was it the beat? Was it how he was
It was
timing?
the energy, bro. It was like the tempo. Like I could, you know what I mean? It just it provided. And then I think I remember seeing the video, And I remember, you know, LL like, you know, beating up a bunch of Italians to save the sister. You know, like, yeah, man, that's it.
Yeah. Now, did you?
He had no shirt on. Remember, no shirt on.
Nah, man, it was the gold chains and the leather though. You know
he had the light skins looking tough, right?
Man, that brother looks like me.
Okay, listen, hey, we was happy. Us light skinned dudes was happy when LL.
Shut up.
Now, I mean, bro, I don't even know if I was old enough. I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, bro. I don't know if I was old enough to really see that far into it.
I was the same age as L at that time, so I was happy as a motherfucker.
Man, it was just, it was an energy that I didn't see or feel anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, it was something that I had. Because before then, it was like Michael Jackson, and you know, you had the Isley Brothers, and you know, just stuff like that. Maybe the Whispers, you know, like stuff that my mama would listen to. This was the first time I felt like I was discovering something that was for me.
And that's how I felt about hip hop as well. But being 4 or 5 years old, you didn't have the connection that the bass line was from the cartoon Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse, did you?
Hell no.
Okay. All right. Is that something that you later found out? Did I just put you on right now?
Yeah, man. I was today.
You ain't know that? Did you know that? Did you know that since then, no? Or did I just turn you on to that right now? Because that's where the bass line is from, a cartoon called Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse. And that was Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse was like a play on Batman and Robin.
Oh, you mean doom 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 doom?
Yeah, that's from the
I
cartoon.
never heard that.
Okay, so I was just wondering because I think that kind of, as kids,
no, we telling our age.
He was pretty young when that came out, so I'm saying the fact that he used that bass line is kind of what pulled us in.
Right.
And I was just wondering, like, but whatever. All right. So LL Cool J. All right.
Old head. Go ahead, old head.
Yeah, I'm an old head. You an old head. You know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Hey, yo, we got that from the Three Stooges. That's Three Stooges beat, son.
Hey, you know the Three Stooges? That's older than Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse.
Hell yeah.
Uh-oh, I see 5.
Wait, someone's there. Who was that?
That was Big 5 in the background. My boy 5.
Man,
Shout out to
Big
5
on the IT.
Okay.
Oh, he on his IT
tech,
shit, right?
Man, you know what I'm saying? My IT tech, man. Big 5 back there.
Hey man, shout out to 5 for hooking this interview up, man.
Making it happen.
That shit.
But what I'm really excited, you know, when I see when the Southern rappers were coming out, it's just so funny because when you all were coming out, all the Southern rappers, Goody, all you guys were coming out, you wouldn't even think that they would be influenced by the New York scene. Isn't that funny? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because your styles were so different that the fact that you said LL Cool J, you're like, yeah, New York City.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you said the first, and you got to think about it, man. When I was first introduced to hip hop, man, that was in the early 80s. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all wasn't really giving niggas like us the opportunity to get in at the time. So we had to wait until cats like, you know, I always say Kilo Ali and Sammy Sam crawled. So Outkast and Goody Mob could walk. So Tip, Jeezy, and Gucci could run. So Young Thug, Future, and let's call it 21 Savage could fly. Like I feel like that's like the generational evolution of Atlanta rappers. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate my ability, you know, to contribute. I'm honored, you know, to have contributed whatever I contributed, no matter how major or minute, and you know, be a part of something that has made it to such an influential piece of culture and community. Yeah. It's like the hybrid of culture and community. You dig what I'm saying? That's what I feel like trap music is. But the same way, I feel like that's exactly what hip hop is as well. It's just kind of like trap music saw where the initial criteria wasn't necessarily something that was identifiable to them or to us. So shit, we went and made a lane that suited ourselves, that suited us, that made, you know what I mean, that that fit what we saw when we walked outside of our doors. You did?
Right. Now, let me just say one thing. I don't think it was necessarily because you said it's y'all, like it wasn't us that was keeping necessarily.
No, I don't mean y'all as
Yeah, it was
you
them people
guys
that
in
the
particular.
gatekeepers. You understand?
Well,
That existed up here in the north. The people that ran the radio stations and shit like that. Think about that. That wasn't necessarily us. We was just doing our thing, and they was promoting our shit more than anybody else. But it wasn't like we was saying, "Hey, don't fuck with them niggas over there," because I feel like we like.
Uh-oh.
well,
I mean,
Hang on, I got
yeah,
something.
okay.
tell me something if you feel.
Listen, now, mind you, let me hit you with the prerequisite that I spent summers in New York City from 85 to 95. So I would traffic culture
Right.
back and forth from Atlanta to up top and up top back down to the south. So I understand the dichotomy. I get the dynamic of both. I know why people who are from where I'm from, why, you know, like they have their own little superstitions, I guess, you know, whatever about people from up north. And I know enough about people up north, spend enough time around people up north to know exactly what their superstitions and what they, you know, their theories are about people from the south. And I get both parts, and everybody's a little bit right, a little bit wrong, and a little bit just kind of in their feelings. Everybody is. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not trying to lean on either side. When I'm like when I hear people from the south, like for instance, one of the biggest fights, man. One of the biggest fights that me and my partner, who's no longer with us, man, Cap, we got into one of the biggest fights in the world, bro, because he tried to tell me that Master P was a better rapper than Biggie.
Man.
And I get it. I get it. I understand, but you got to understand what Master P was doing for us.
Right.
You got to understand what kind of representation that was.
Fact.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So at the time, I didn't understand why I'm even having this. But I love Master P. I love what he did for us. I love what he has still been able to do.
I was gonna say and continues to do.
But exactly. But now, sitting in this seat, as you know, as I guess looking back, I see what he was saying. Like Biggie's the best rapper for Brooklyn. Master P is the best rapper for us right now. You see what I'm saying? That's what he was trying to say.
Right.
But didn't have an opportunity to say it. It's just like if I give each and every last one of y'all the kindergarten picture of your class, graduating picture, it's the first thing you're gonna do.
You're gonna find yourself.
You're gonna find yourself in it. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing with music or movies or anything else. If you ask someone's opinion, it's gonna be based on what their experiences are. They're gonna try to find themselves. You see what I'm saying? So I understand both sides of it, and I've argued on both sides.
Right.
Well,
Go ahead.
I will say to your credit, Tip, I will say now, me, you know, being way younger than Jamar, no, like when I started like analyzing hip hop growing outside of New York, like as far as like the New York base, like we were always looking for like a certain lyricism, right? And I think when it came to listening to artists from other regions, that would probably most likely, especially for me, that would be the first thing we would look for. So sometimes, you know, sometimes we didn't, unless you travel to those places, you didn't get their slang, you didn't get their dialect, you didn't get their, you know, certain colloquialisms like didn't resonate. But then there are artists like you. There are artists like Ludacris. There are artists like Three Stacks who we would say like, okay, these are Southern niggas, but like they rhyme. So it wasn't like, at least for me, and I know like a lot of my peers, like when it comes to critiquing and analyzing other artists, it wasn't really like nobody fucks with New York art, or East Coast is where it's at. Like, we just always, like, wherever you're at, wherever your slang is, whatever your accent is, it's like we still want to hear a certain level of lyricism. You know what I'm saying?
I can respect that. But I'm gonna tell you something though, right? Even though what you're saying is absolutely valid and absolutely true, and I concur with it 100,000%, because that's what I look for, no matter where I go to find music for myself. But you have less than illustrious skill sets up top as well, and
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
And they pass on through. You hear what I'm saying? So I like to say that, let's just say, like, I say this all the time, but look, let's just say, right?
You said less than illustrious.
I mean, these are the facts.
You ain't lying. No lies told.
You have to be superb and superior to break out of where we came from during that time. You got to be the best of the best, the cream of the crop, creme de la creme. You got to be that. Whereas it felt like for a long time that all you had to be was from New York.
From New York. Hey, look, brother, I'm from Jersey, and I feel
it's
like
not like that anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that is the point that a lot of people make when this conversation comes up. That it's not like that no more.
Real quick, the light behind you is distorting you.
Yeah, something's going on with the light.
I can't help it, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. Okay, so my phone going dead.
Oh, so man.
5 them hooked up the extension cord. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So he got the extension cord, so it reached back to right here.
Did they just nigga
I had everything. It's much more comfortable for me where I was.
Right.
I'm just trying to make sure I don't interrupt the broadcast.
Well, it looks like you are emanating light, bro. Real,
you know what, man? Hey, what God
from your temple
intended,
chakras.
You got that knowledge coming out of you, bro.
What God intends, we must not interfere. You know what I'm saying?
Godfrey said, "Do we just nigga rig some shit?"
We did. We made it happen. We made it happen.
Right.
We made it happen.
That's how we do. Nah, because I just want to say, like for me, I feel like I embraced a lot of music outside of New York earlier on than a lot of other New York people may have done. You know what I mean? Like I fucked with UGK early. Rest in peace, Pimp C. That was my guy. Like Bun B is my guy to this day. Niggas like Spice One and shit used to be coming to my crib back in the days. Like, and niggas from New York didn't even know who these people was. Again, I just always liked some dope shit, and sometimes I feel like the powers that be at that time. I don't know what that noise is, but the powers that be at that time was more the ones that was keeping other people out rather than the actual party. You know what I mean? It's cutting in. I don't know what that noise is.
I'm starting to hear echo. Everybody else hear echo?
Another frequency coming in.
Damn.
Check.
There you go.
Y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's that thing.
It's still echo.
A little bit of scary. Yeah. Like a radio frequency coming through or something.
Damn.
You know what, Tip? You got headphones?
Yeah. You got to get something going, man. Can y'all hear when I talk?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
It sounds a little distorted. Can you hear us?
Yo,
you hear us?
Hello?
I can still hear you. You got a little echo on it. What should we do?
Me too. Technical difficulties.
Come out and come back in if you
should. I sign up and then sign back in?
Yeah. Come out and come back in. See if that helps. Yeah.
Shit was getting good.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm like,
it was getting good as fuck.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we are with our guest, T.I. Tip Harris, and he's about to come back in. My daughter's just walking through the set real quick, coming from the gym.
She was in the gym?
Yeah. She just joined the LA Fitness up the block.
All right now.
I don't know what it's like to be working out with a mask and shit though.
Oh man, I was in gym. I mean, I be cheating. I be cheating. I be cheating. Dude, it's fucked up.
It's crazy.
I be cheating though. I keep my nose out that bitch.
Of course. Like
if you can die, you fuck it. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
And I see people on the treadmill.
Yeah, ready to die.
It's fucking stupid, dude.
Ready to die.
I try my best to go in my building gym when no one's there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm when I go in
I keep my mouth, or make sure no Karens around. They'll snitch on your ass.
I gotta.
Them the main ones not wearing masks.
I know.
Let me see something.
Did you? Oh my God! Did you see the fight in Bath and Body Works?
Oh, I heard about this shit.
Oh man, it's like the employees was fighting people.
Yo, Jay Netta said Loaded Lux put Godfrey's name in his new.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard it. My friend sent it to me and I was like, yo.
Get out of here.
He said, this ain't comedy. It's like Godfrey. I was like, yo.
Yeah, they had a battle. Was it last week?
I'm in a rap lyric, man.
The girls.
Oh, wait. Oh, speaking of battles, on Wednesday, I'll be going to Atlanta to host a face-off between Cassidy and Hitman Holla.
Oh, wow.
For real?
Get out of here.
They are having a battle in Atlanta, not on that day, but they're having a face-off, like how boxers have face-offs.
Yeah.
And I will be hosting the face-off, and we'll be down in Atlanta doing that on Wednesday.
You're gonna be like, we have Papa Doc and B Rabbit. It don't get no better than this. Hold up.
They got the big gorilla and the ugly bear.
It's time.
It's showtime.
Let's get ready to
rumble.
Hello, everyone from Atlanta. It's Michael Buffer. And in the left corner, from 5'11", 250 pounds. Hits. And from the right, I don't know where he's from North Carolina, Charlotte, at 5'11", at 220 pounds.
I cannot get off this show until I let T.I know that my mother and her best friend Penny loves their show Family Hustle, and that they have a friend named Face that looks just like him. She's literally peeking in. Did you tell him yet?
Hey, what? Who? What? Someone in the family look like T.I.
Is he getting back?
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah, we should have Kevin Samuels on this show. I would love that. That would be fucking great.
Word on the street is new stimulus done hit.
Yeah, some people been getting their stimulus. Hang on, let me my
Is
brother.
he back?
I'm texting now. I'm gonna find out what's going on. But shit, how you, Godfrey? You good?
Man, dude, everything's good. All my shows in Jersey.
Viral again. You're always doing some viral shit.
Who, me?
Yeah, they said about to come back. T.I.'s about to come back right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Go ahead.
Here he
is.
Okay.
Did y'all watch the Grammys last night?
No.
Man, no, I did not watch the Grammys.
Tiffany Haddish won one, though. Good for her.
Yes. There you go. That's your home girl.
Yeah. Tiffany Haddish wins the Grammy. All right. Wait, he's sideways. Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah.
Oh, you looking crispy.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
All right, cool. All right, bet.
What the hell happened?
All right, there we
All
go.
right.
Hey.
I got rid of the illumination.
Oh man.
Oh damn.
You see what I'm saying? It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, your official tissue.
So look, right? But I want to go back to what Lord Jamar was saying. You were saying you embrace a lot of music.
I'm just trying to say, I feel like it was more the label heads and the radio people that might have made y'all feel that way, as opposed to the average person. I just want to put that out.
Well, as opposed to the artist, I will say
right, as opposed to the artist.
Yeah, it was like, the fact that, you got editors from magazines who were born on the East Coast up north, and, they were cultured by the East Coast northern artists, and they came into position, into authority, rightfully so, from working hard, but they came into authority to kind of critique music from everywhere. Mm-hmm. But they were unable to give most was unable to give subconsciously a non-biased opinion.
Right, because it was all based on the foundation that they knew.
And because they was in positions of authority, they kind of led, guided, and directed the opinions of the majority with, they take on things. I give you an example. Why do we not celebrate 8 Ball and MJG the same way we celebrate Mobb Deep?
Because they didn't have the same effect in the North and the East that they did in their respective areas.
And guess what? Mobb Deep didn't have the same effect down south and in the Midwest as they did up top. And I ain't taking nothing away from Mobb Deep because I was up top. I was I spent my summer up there in what was it, 94, I think it was. When when Shook One came out, 94, 95, something like that. Anyway, but I was up there. So I know
I'm about to say, you careful now. You talking to a Mobb Deep stand right here now.
I ain't tripping. I ain't got nothing to say. Hey, listen, man. Hey, for one, God
I feel you. I feel you though.
Prodigy. God bless Prodigy, and love and respect to have it. Ain't taking nothing away from their legacy. But what I'm telling you is, put them in Memphis,
right?
And let's see how much of a celebration there'll be.
I feel you. That's valid.
Now that's real.
What I mean?
That's real.
You can say one can say the same for 666, for 666 Mafia. I mean, it's a few different.
I would be lying if I didn't say that we had a certain arrogance. When we first came out, I'm not gonna lie. I've been quoted. I was in that. What's that shit on Netflix or whatever? No, I was in Netflix when I was talking about how we kind of just felt like New York was gonna make the music and everybody else was just gonna kind of listen to it. We didn't necessarily think that other people was gonna start making it.
Right.
We thought this was our export to the world. You understand? And so
that's fair. That's fair and honest. And that's all I've been looking for, a fair and honest discussion.
Right.
Because most motherfuckers from New York won't even admit that.
No, that's totally real. Like, I think that we well, let me keep it even more real. There was a time when we thought that being from down south meant you were slow. Mm-hmm. Meant like in all kinds of ways. But you know why? Because like I remember being like 16 and my man Ja Will, his grandmother lived in North Carolina, right? So we drove down to North Carolina to stay down there for like a week or some shit. But when we got down there, everything from the music to the fashion to the slang, everything was literally about 3 months behind what New York was doing.
Absolutely factual.
But this is before the internet and all this type of shit.
Sure.
So when you see that, you like, oh shit, like they don't even know about this. They don't know about that. They still wearing this. Like it gives you a certain perception that everything is slower down there.
And at this point, though, we have zero concept of manufacturing, distribution hubs, and how things make their way from Paris.
You don't know
and
none
the
of that.
first stop should be New York, and then it has to be distributed to the rest of the country from that. Like, we don't have that
Absolutely.
understanding
At all.
and when
This
I
is
was
all-
spending time in New York, I understood, like, okay, cool, as soon as I get here, all right, so they're gonna make fun of me for how I talk for 2 weeks. Then I'm gonna get into a fight with somebody. Then when they see I can fight, and then it develops. I went through this like 3 years straight. And then after that 3rd year, like they would get, oh man, that's good. Then it became like, okay, I was they southern partner. But before, I was this slow nigga from the country nigga from the South, until I showed them themselves somewhere in me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Everywhere we go, we looking for ourselves.
Right.
I showed them that, hey man, you ain't gonna find similarities in how we talk. You gonna find similarities in how we are. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's, but and vice versa, and I think but it's that part of my upbringing that allowed me to be as diverse as an artist as I've been able to be, and to raise the bar of my skill set.
Word. I want to ask you, what do you think it is like? What is it about trap that stuck and is like still going strong, as opposed to crunk, which kind of seem more of like a trend or a wave?
Well,
Like, how do you feel about the crunk era?
I think that was a beautiful moments in time. You know what I'm saying? I think it's okay. I got some. I think the crunk era, a beautiful moment in time. I think there's legendary music and legendary artists came out of there. I think that it definitely made its mark to put the South on the map in a way that it wasn't before. Trap music is associated to pain. Trap music is associated to adversity. Trap music is directly associated to the effects that came from the war on drugs, the crack era. You know what I mean? Now the opioid crisis. You see what I'm saying? The cannabis boost, the cannabis boom, I should say. Like, trap music is, because everybody, no matter where you from, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, has been affected by drugs and drug use. Somebody, somewhere, everywhere, whether it's your mom, whether it's your pops, whether it's your big brother, your uncles, your aunts, your best friend, whatever it is, somebody has had an experience. Everybody has had an experience. Trap music are merely philosophical presentation set to music based on those experiences. So as people have these experiences, they continue to have these experiences, they're looking for soundtracks to go with these experiences. And I mean, like, so as long as people are continuing to have these experiences, trap music will continue to be as influential as it has been, because everybody, again, is looking for themselves.
Right.
Do you feel that well, compared to you all, there was a lot of lyricism there. Do you feel that that's gone away with these new artists? Because there was one. Did you see the video where Snoop Dogg is making fun of the mumble rap? He goes, I don't know what the fuck they saying. Humna, 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 humna. Do you feel, because you all had lyrics, we heard your stories, we heard it, but then now it's starting, you think that they're starting to get away from it? Is it really mumble rap, or are you like, nah, I'm fucking with that? That's just a different version of what we do.
Well, first and foremost, I'm definitely fucking with it. But I don't fuck with it all because of the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I don't look for everything from one person or from one artist. It's so much of a broad diversity now. It's so, like, you have so much to choose from that, okay, I think it's like a scale, right? So you got motherfuckers who highly skilled and lyricists Then you got motherfuckers who really about that life and living what they rapping about. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes you have motherfuckers who more heavier on living what they rapping about. Sometimes you have motherfuckers who heavier on creating great songs and have high lyricism, high level lyricism. And sometimes you got motherfuckers just right. I like to consider myself right there in the sweet spot. You dig what I'm saying? But I can appreciate, let's just say somebody like, they call it 21 Savage.
I like
I
him.
love 21 Savage.
I love 21 Savage.
I love 21 Savage.
I
You know,
enjoy
some
21
people might say that, you know, he ain't as much of a lyricist as other people.
He not the best lyricist, but I love what he stands for.
Check it out. What he say, I feel, I know he means, it resonates.
And just the way he moves.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. You dig what I'm saying? I know I can go to Sci-Hi to Prince if I want some high level, high energy, you know, just a elevated skill set.
Right.
But he ain't gonna give me the same thing 21 can give me.
Mm-hmm.
Dig what I'm saying? I can go to J. Cole, and I think that's why I feel like that collaboration was so special when J. Cole and 21 got on the track together, because you showed a high skill set of lyricism and like extra authenticity, but executed almost perfectly.
Yeah.
And you can't really tell the difference. Nobody felt in the middle of the 21 Savage verse that, oh man, this ain't J. Cole. Nobody felt like that, because he did his thing a whole lot different and made you appreciate him. You know what I mean?
I feel like music is about how it makes you feel. It's not necessarily about always the lyrics or the technical parts of it. There's intangibles that you can't sometimes put your finger on, and that is how it makes you feel. So you got niggas that can say the simplest shit, but it's the way they're saying it, it's the nigga who's saying it, and how you receiving it that makes that shit hot.
Absolutely. I give you another one, right? So you said you was talking about mumble rappers and so on and so forth. Hey, listen, man. Who understood every word James Brown was saying?
On the mind.
James didn't even know how to talk.
I'm just saying, who understood that though? Is he still a legend?
Absolutely.
He sure is.
Still not timeless? Do it still not resonate to this day?
What does undermine mean? What does that mean? Undermine. What does that mean?
I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah. And it's like, need some dust.
I bet them motherfuckers back there who wanted their check understood what he was saying.
Right.
Hey, I give you
they
another
know that James language.
I give you another one. Who understood every word Old Dirty Bastard was saying? It never received that kind of critique because where it came from. You know what I mean?
Wu-Tang.
Who understood every word, let's call it Bone Thugs and Harmony said?
Oh, I damn sure didn't.
Oh, no, I did.
No, I damn sure didn't. I was like,
I'm just saying, we have gone.
I got you.
Periods.
Only the biggest.
We go through periods and generations of when we heard things that we felt but may not have been able to articulate perfectly, but we still roll with it because of its connection.
Those are great
to the
examples. Those are great examples.
So now when we get the Young Thug,
ass used to write down Bone Thug.
When we get the Young Thug, why we holding him to such a high criteria that we didn't hold James Brown, Old Dirty Bastard, or Bone Thugs and Harmony to? Why can't we just let him rock the way we let them rock?
Well, yeah, Stevie Wonder the same way.
Yeah, well.
Yes, I got some better kisses for your lips. Yes, I got that.
I still don't know what Mama said, Mama Sama Maku. I don't know what that means.
Right. I don't think he knew either.
Still don't know what.
But we loved it, and we all say it, and we all
hell yeah.
So
good point.
I don't think we like being fair by placing that burden on the youngster shoulders like that.
Yeah, right on.
Listen, let's get back to So you get into hip hop, you get exposed to it. So now you loving it, you feeling it. So now what makes you want to start fucking with it? And when do you find out that, you know, T.I is somebody that could actually do this thing? And then when, you know what I mean? When did you feel like you could really do this shit?
For me, I recall the 3rd grade aptitude test in public schools. You know, there's every third grade student has to take a test to check where they are, so they'll know what category or class or what placements your classes should be in going on. Also used to distinguish how many more prisons to build in the future by the percentage of children that fail. But that's a separate discussion. This particular day, this particular test, I finished early, as I used to always finish early on my test as a kid in public school. But I had got in trouble for disrupting the class. And my uncle told me if I disrupted the class again, he was going to kick my ass. I ain't want no ass whipping. So what I did was I started writing the rap, even though I was finished before the rest of the class. So to keep me from, you know, acting out, I started just trying to write a rap, using shit like I'm Bad and other songs that I heard and could appreciate as a barometer or a standard. And I started to write a rap. And by the time everybody else was finished, I had a little 8-bar, 10-bar rap wrote. And I performed it at the playground and everybody went crazy. And they didn't believe that I could write. They didn't believe that I did it myself. You know what I'm saying? And so then they challenged me to write another one by tomorrow. And I did. They went crazy again. And it just got better and better. Then I made my way to the cafeteria table. But I was the only one in my school who was rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, I was the only one in my school who was rapping. By the time I made it to 6th, 7th, 8th grade, then it was kind of like a crew, maybe 5, 6 of us.
So wait, hang on. What was the standard? I'm sorry. What was the standard? LL Cool J?
LL Cool J was the standard. LL Cool J was the standard at that time. Run DMC, LL, you know, that's of the things that I saw myself in. That was it. Of course, I've been exposed to NWA, but that felt like that was no man's land. That was kind of like off limits material. I just had the pleasure of, you know, listening to it. LL, Run DMC, maybe some Will Smith or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Kool Moe D.
Kool Moe D, yeah, he just seemed like too old for me at the time. Even though he just always
a little old for us at the time, to be honest.
He just
By
came
the time
up
he made records, he was.
It seemed like, yeah, I fuck with it. I used to like Wild Wild West a whole lot, but even like Big Daddy Kane, that shit seemed like, oh, they grown up music, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like Rakim, like I heard it and I loved it, but I'm like, I ain't even finna try to touch that shit yet. Let me just stick right here with where I feel like.
Right, this lane.
Yeah, I mean, but it helped me. It helped me to elevate and kind of figure out, you know, cadences and how to switch up cadences.
Yes.
How to take parts of my life and apply it to what's going on with the world. And, you know what I mean? That was enough to get me there. And then, you know, I just began to expand my horizon with people like Ice Cube, Tupac, like I said, Rakim, Boogie Down Productions, Brand Nubians. You did what I'm saying? Of course, you got Tribe. You know what I mean? Twister. Man, if you put out a record between 89 and 95, I bought it. I don't give a damn what it was.
Word.
I asked you that because I feel like it's important that people have good standards to, you know what I mean, to know what to go by. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever business that you're in, you should have certain standards that, I don't want my shit to fall below this because it's going to be fucked up. It's not going to be
mandatory.
Yes. And I just think something as simple as that, a lot of people don't know that. They don't They don't naturally set standards for themselves, like, or their standards are so fucking low where they need to raise them shits a little bit.
You know what I've heard? I've heard is if you don't know what you're not, you'll never know what you are.
Speak on it. That's some
You know
shit.
what I mean?
I think that might be why people, are so hard on the youngins, because we feel like, we feel like the standards are so low for them. Like even if you're, even if it's not your goal to do this long term or be a high level lyricist, like whatever your goal, like whatever mission it is you're trying to accomplish, I personally feel like a lot of them are not still taking the time to do the research or be a virtuoso in your respective lane. Because I could tell when you're, if you're using your brain and you're smart and you're being, you're being artistic about it, but it comes out this way, as opposed to I'm just being lazy and I'm just doing this.
Well, okay, now this is one thing we all know: big business kills culture. Period.
For sure.
You dig what I'm saying? So all of us have been in the game, and we've all been in a place where we allow big business to take the front seat, and we did some stuff that we know I don't feel that good about it, but I'm a do my best to make it dope. I'm a compromise. You know what I mean? We've all been in that position. So to think that we can be in that position, but they should not be in that position, I don't think that's fair to them. So when you said,
but they have way more options and way more resources.
You're right, but we got to use ourselves as the example. I don't think we could compare them to something that we ain't seen. Like you said, what if they ain't, doing the research and doing it? Look, what if they just trying to stay out of prison and keep from killing people and not sell dope because they promised their grandmama before she died that they wouldn't do it no more? What if that's their goal? What if that's what they own, right? And perfect example, Lil Baby. Let's say Lil Baby, man. Lil Baby made it out of prison, bro. And it was cats around him who were rapping, but he pulled up. He was gambling. He was a gambler. And motherfuckers like Slime, Thugger, and my partner, rest in peace, OG Troop, told, and Roscoe, Pee Wee Roscoe, told Lil Baby, hey, listen, man, you can do this shit for real, bro. Why don't you goddamn let that go and fuck with this a little bit? This man out of prison, out the trap, just said, okay, cool, I tried. And then the motherfucker sat him down and kind of showed him what a bar was and showed him how to. He had stories and he got game for days. But how to apply that shit to music, he could have never came in the game with the skill set and the understanding that he has now. He could have never came in there day one.
So but he's dope. But like now the story that you just said about him, like when I listen to him now, like performing on the Grammys last night.
He in his bag now.
Exactly. Like
he got the range.
Like that isn't luck. Like that takes a particular, it is part luck, but it takes a particular, it takes a particular mentality, a particular training, if you will, or just
discipline,
a particular sacrifice. And you can hear, even though like, that may not be your favorite lyricist, you can hear somebody and know that, okay, it's something special about that person. And that's all. I just want to be able to, when I put this thing away, I don't want to turn back around and it's just completely gone. Like we want, like I want to know that like somebody was listening, like like y'all still holding on to the gems that we're passing on, even if y'all doing it your way.
There'll never be, but see, it ain't like now. It ain't a us and y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's a we and they. You dig what I'm saying? Because I feel like, bro, you can't not see that your legacy is being passed down when you know what I'm saying. You see people like Rhapsody.
Oh, for sure.
You see Remy Ma, you know what I'm saying? Even Cardi B, like, you know what I mean? Like, they listening, they just take what they see of themselves and apply it to their story and their journey. It can't look exactly like us,
Right.
but then they not being themselves. So I think we just kind of got to get them a little leeway, man, to do their thing,
I
and it
feel
always
that.
come around because
I feel that.
we know what it's like to be young.
And you know what? And that's something I had to learn, because in the beginning I was very, I mean, you were there. Oh, that's not hip hop. Oh, it's not. But I had to step back for a minute. Like, it's not going to be the same thing forever. Let me just step back, allow people to do them, and then I can give my gems when needed.
But
But
I
here's the
remember getting
beauty of it.
hated on by the old school dude.
But look, here's the beauty of it, right? Here's the beauty of it. Now there's so many options, there's someone in hip hop for everyone walking the earth.
You're right.
Everybody. There is an artist or a group of art or a genre for everybody walking the earth. No matter who you are, if you hear something that doesn't represent you, it ain't nothing to go to your Google and find something that will. You know what I mean? So spend less time critiquing and talking about the things that don't represent you, and we should spend more time celebrating and uplifting the things that do represent us.
I feel that.
Listen, let me ask you something. Talking about the next generation, my man God Level wanted me to ask you. He said, ask the God if he thinks that drill music is the child of trap music.
Ah man, that's I don't know.
That's
difficult. That's difficult. I mean, I guess you could call it the cousin. I don't want to say the child. You know what I
right.
mean?
But there's a
It
similarity
could be the little
there.
cousin. It could be the little cousin. I think the lifestyle is very similar. It's difficult. I don't know. I think we should probably ask, Chief Keef, a little Dirt.
I would say cousin. I would say it's a Midwest. It's like trap is your cousins in the South and drill is your cousins in the Midwest.
I go for that. For that. I mean, but I think that everybody doing their thing because everyone needs to be represented. You got some cats that.
Look, not everybody. Look, some people need to be quiet.
A lot of people need to be quiet. That ain't my place. That's for the public to tell them they need to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, okay, so I have this discussion so many times, and it often comes when people talking about who created trap music. And the comparison often comes me and Gucci, right? I respect Gucci. You know what I mean? I am marveled by what he's been able to accomplish, given where he came from and how he started. So I think that he shocked the world, me included, with where he's at right now. Now, what I'm going to say is, if you're asking yourself that question, who created that, has a lot to do with who you are. And I compare it to the characters from The Wire. Avon Barksdale, which is Wood Harris's character, and Stringer Bell, which was Idris Elba's character in The Wire. Avon Barksdale, live wire, hands-on, wanted to get dirt under his nail, wanted to do it, wanted to be in it, submerged, I mean, and he thought that was his way of life forever, right? Whereas Stringer Bell did just as much dirt, sold just as much dope, had just as many stripes, but he was methodical in thinking, okay, this is a means to an end. I'm going to do this until I elevate my opportunities and get myself into this, that, or the other. If you are an Avon Barksdale kind of guy, you're going to always say Gucci Mane is in trap music. And I understand that. But everybody who sees themselves as Stringer Bell is going to always understand what my contribution has been. You know what I mean? So that's why I say the reason we respond to music is because it has so much of a relation to our lives, what we were when we heard a song, Like we hear things that remind us of our childhood and moments that we don't want to forget. That's why y'all hold y'all criteria, y'all standards so near and dear to your hearts. Because you remember where you were when you heard that shit that we ain't never heard. So we can never feel about it the way you feel. And so there'll always be a disconnect. But we should be talking about the shit that we heard together. And I can turn you on to some new shit. You can turn me on to some new shit. And we can goddamn begin to come together and instead of distancing ourselves from each other.
Well, you know what it is? I think we kind of want to we just want to make sure that the spirit of the ancestors still flows through the energy of what's going on.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
But both ancestors, because it's a different set of ancestors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we want to make sure that both ancestors are properly represented.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing, right? Because most people came from the South and migrated to the North. We can't come to y'all and tell y'all, make sure y'all represent our ancestors because they are also your ancestors.
Yep.
So therefore, y'all can't come down here to where we at and make us represent y'all ancestors, even though they are also our ancestors. We just gonna be affected by our experiences, and we gonna repeat what we retain.
And when we both make music together, we can make sure that we take elements from the ancestors and make sure that, if I make a record with you, you're going to put something from your ancestors in the record.
That's right.
And I'm going to put something from my ancestors in the record.
And if we spend some time with each other, we're going to learn enough about each other to where even when you're not around, I might take a little bit of what I done learned from you and sprinkle it in my shit and vice versa.
Facts. And
but
that's
it ain't
called,
all happen in a day. We got to give
called
each other
cross-pollination.
You did.
Oh man, that was deep.
Cross-pollination, cross-collateralization.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? If we speaking monetarily or contractually, but
yeah. Speaking of that, you gonna do a versus? You gonna do a versus?
I was just about to say what's going on with you and versus, man.
Speaking of that, T.I.
Everybody's ducking me out here.
Or do your own, just your own solos thing.
I would think T.I. versus T.I.P. would probably be a good one.
T.I. versus T.I., man.
Okay,
that's very interesting.
But look though, I mean, like, to be honest with you, what I think the greatest highlight is that Swiss and Tim were able to run that up and partner with Triller, and now that, you know what I'm saying?
So brilliant.
Brilliant. That's gonna be $1 billion company.
And they out here giving out stocks and shit, which I think is
that's COVID. COVID helped it out.
Very smart move.
Yeah.
Listen, you not for nothing. You helped the franchise without even doing the verses. Just
you
by
say what?
I said you helped that franchise without even doing the verses.
Yeah.
By all maybe verses that were gonna happen.
You and Busta.
Oh
hey,
man.
Busta. Hey man, me and Busta.
You and Busta. Your response to that was just hilarious.
I truly felt like that wasn't really. I just didn't know that was what was going on. I didn't mean Busta no, you know what I mean? It wasn't really never no disrespect. Busta's one of the people I hold in highest regard in this shit. Just because of our personal experiences, not even as much the musical, but that much more. I just didn't know we were reaching through generations. I didn't know. I ain't bullshit. Look, bro. I just did not know that what we were doing.
When you played in that case,
could come and challenge Nikki.
I will bring Nelly Mel.
I thought we were doing the people who were making music around, you know what I mean?
Time of each other.
But that's all. I mean, but that's what I was trying to say. I didn't know that's what we were doing. Nobody told me.
No, it definitely. It definitely. No, I mean, at this point,
I'd have called out Lord Jamar if that was.
Versus is like boxing right now. It's like, you got the fighters, like,
but it shouldn't even be a fight. But
you
they
got
make it like that.
You got the banter, the sideline banter. No, it was great though.
I didn't think the matchup made sense.
I mean, I just looked like you looked over a lot of people to get to me. You know what I'm saying? He looked over a lot of people.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
But I don't.
I got
And how
love and
exactly?
respect for Busta.
I'm gonna say how. I don't think, but
I
I
would
don't.
expect him to go against Q-Tip or something like that.
Yeah, right.
right.
No, you know what it was?
That's facts.
I think
that's facts.
no, but I think he was actually.
But
think
if
he was.
Q-Tip would have called me out, it would have been the battle of the tips, and that would have made sense.
Hey,
I think he
now,
was.
see, then I would have understood the marketing. You know what I mean?
He was. I think he was responding to you from the 50 Cent conversation. Like I don't think. In fairness to Busta, like I don't think Busta woke up like, who should I do a versus with?
Nah,
T.I. Like he was trying to get in.
Busta my guy, bro.
now you guys
in the
showed love. Y'all
conversation of
showed
the
love.
50.
Busta showed love. Y'all showed love to each other. It was dope.
I mean, Busta my guy, man. And whatever it was, I feel
No,
like
that
it
was fun
great.
though.
It was great for the fans.
No, it was fun.
It was great for the fans. 50, I felt like that was the best. That I felt like, we would have been able to finally see, which is more valid. You know what I'm saying? I think that, but I think 50, I think he likes his fights the way he likes his fights. You know what I'm saying? So
OG troll.
You did. But
50 Cent might be the original troll.
I got a lot of love and respect for 50 as well. Lots of love and respect for 50 as well.
Hey, waitress, so we need a refill over here. That man's drink looks a little low.
Yeah, man. We go.
What's going on here?
We'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, I mean, because you do got a hell of a lot of hits under your belt, brother. I mean,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I was fucking with you from that Rubber Band, man. Like, that shit just was catchy as wild as the techno band. Remember the Taliban? Remember when they
I appreciate
scared of?
I appreciate all that. One of the things that I can remember most. One of the things I can remember most about, so after my first album, I'm Serious, it didn't do as well as we anticipated. And we had to take matters into our own hands and find the things that motherfuckers gravitated towards to I'm Serious and pull that out and kind of enhance it for my next project. And one of the most celebrated songs on I'm Serious, which is the 20-year mark, by the way. 20th anniversary this year of I'm Serious. Okay, so one of the songs that, two of the songs that were the most celebrated was Still Ain't Forgave Myself and Dope Boys. And I had songs with Neptune, Beanie Man, Too Short. I had like records that I was expecting to go up, right? And these were the records that actually made it. So I said, okay, cool, this is what they want. I'm gonna do a whole album full of this shit and call it trap music. And in doing so, I told myself I'm gonna rap less. I'm gonna use less words. I'm gonna simplify it in a way that people, whether they hip hop heads or not, they can understand it. That's why we got money, ho, cars and clothes. That's all of us.
That was basically too.
That was the shit.
You understand this? You understand this? And that was, and in me listening back
yes,
to
we
it.
do. Yes, we do. We do
it. In me listening back to it, I hear it in so many ways how things, I could have enhanced it. And, but it did evolve. It did evolve because if you listen to Libra, it's just a different presentation of that.
Word.
Take your Gucci rag, throw it around in the air. That was my shit.
Hey man, Swiss has given me
that shit rang off in New York.
Remarkable. Do you hear me?
That shit was ringing off in the tunnel and all of that type of shit. Like what?
Just Blaze,
just
have given me some remarkable anthems.
Man,
you did.
You.
Oh,
yes, you're losing your light. You're losing your light.
Yeah.
Welcome back. To our brother Clifford Harris.
You better hurry up before he loses light.
Yeah, we probably got you for about 10 more minutes.
Get a little candlelight for y'all.
Okay.
Appreciate your patience, man.
Nah, it's all good, bro.
Yes, sir. Yo, when you did Atlanta, right? The movie
ATL.
Yeah,
ATL was fantastic, man. Can you really roller skate like that?
I could then.
I was roller skating fool myself when I was
The roller skating scenes were
T.I.
so
to a
fire,
grandmama.
dude.
Yeah, skate key, shit like that.
What, Skate Key in the Bronx? You know about
Yeah,
Skate Key in the Bronx? Hey,
yeah.
word.
Man, come
Oh,
on, man.
man.
Yeah, man.
That boy
Yo,
said Skate Key. Wow. It's like, that's
Yeah.
my area. Like, I'm from up that way and shit.
Yeah.
I could never do none of the cool black shit, man. I was playing like soccer and lacrosse and shit, basketball,
Look, though,
skating. I just was
all that
not
shit.
me.
All
You
that
did
shit.
lacrosse?
It's
I
an
played
evolution.
lacrosse. I played
Yo,
lacrosse.
Jim Brown. That was Jim Brown's first sport.
I played lacrosse
Before
and
football, Jim Brown got all the records in college lacrosse that have
wow.
not been broken yet. He was a lacrosse player first before football.
I was running
A little
around
Black
North with a
History moment
lacrosse
right
stick.
there.
They like, what the fuck is that?
Man, you got Jim Brown like this with a lacrosse stick. Just like before he was doing that, he was doing this.
Hey man, y'all seen that shit One Night in Miami? Y'all seen that movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That shit was fire, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good
That
movie.
shit was fire.
That was a good movie.
Another one was
Judas
and the Black Messiah.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to our brother Ray.
Look,
Rest in
another one though.
fact, check the
Another
page.
one that was fire that ain't been hearing much talk about. American Skin.
Skin. Woo, that's
seen
Nate
that one
Parker.
too. I seen that one too. Directed by the brother who started.
Directed by the brother Nate Parker. Yeah.
Are you trying to do that? Get into more producing? Because I know you've been in a lot of dope movies.
Sure.
Are you thinking about that? Because you're on some real progressive black. You're on some real shit now, especially.
Man, I just want to tell our stories, before other people who don't know our stories tell them for us.
Word.
I just and I also not only be the one telling our stories, I also want to create the opportunity and empower those of us who have a need to tell our stories as well. Like, it's a bunch of us that come from what we come from, man, and they represent what we represent, and they want to tell our stories, and they know how to keep it true and authentic to us, but they don't have a connection. You know what I mean? They don't have necessarily a way in. So I'd love to empower and uplift those storytellers as well.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a progression real quick because, it seems like when there's that T.I. that we know pre going to jail, and then there's the T.I. that came out who seemed, I don't know, a level of maturity. Your vocabulary had stepped up, and ever since then, I've just seen a lot of progression. I don't like to use the word evolution because I don't believe in evolution, but progression.
Okay.
I like to use the word progression, and you just seem like I don't know. You've grown a lot before our eyes. We've seen you become a man before our eyes in many different ways. From the way that you've changed your style of dress and all. I mean, I love your fashion senses. Impeccable. I love it. Yeah, just talk to me about a little bit about that.
I mean, bro, I think, to learn is to live. And the more we live, the more we learn, the more we show what we've learned in our day-to-day actions. And I think that I'm just a reflection of that. I learned a lot from that situation, those circumstances. I learned a lot from everything that I've ever gone through and everything that I am going through. I learned a lot from it. And I critique myself more than anybody else could. So I do more self-evaluations and self-reflection and kind of put my best foot forward, being better than I was yesterday, using the things that I've gone through to lead and be an example. But I always ask God to just guide my steps accordingly, because I know there was a place and a purpose on my life before I got here, and there's no other reason why I'm still right here where I am right now. I'm not good enough. I'm not tough enough. I ain't, smart enough. I ain't, you know what I mean? I'm here because God got a purpose and a place on a hand on my life, and I just try to be led and guided as much as I can by that.
Nice.
Word.
Let me ask you real quick about your vocabulary. No, seriously, because you're known for like using a lot of words that most people don't use.
No.
And I love it. Was it like someone? Are these words that you just acquire while you're in jail, or do you still to this day are you still studying words and like to learn new words?
Well, I have a love for literature and a passion for vocabulary, but okay. So when I was in prison, yeah, I studied words. I studied the dictionary. I studied the Bible. I studied, other forms of literature as well. But I've never learned as many words and learned as much as I have from just conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like just speaking to someone, hearing them say something I've never heard before, and say, "Hey, man, what does that mean? Hey, what is you know what I mean?" And that has taught me more than a dictionary ever has. Even though I will pull a dictionary out if I have a need for it, or a thesaurus out if I have a need for it. But I learn most of my words that I use. I learn it from conversation, just word of mouth.
Nice.
No doubt. Listen, oh man, you are pretty dark right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know we ain't gonna keep you too
Yeah,
much
we don't
longer.
want to.
I mean, it's great conversation, but we want the optics to look right. So
Yeah.
please come
I
back. Please
get
come
as
back
close
and
as I
join us
can.
again.
Yeah, not. Yeah, listen, man, this was.
he's, he's trying to use that phone light. He's trying to use that phone light like,
Nah, it's like a little candle
yo,
like that right
yo.
here, man.
Yeah, that's it.
This motherfucker look like a scary story.
Well, it's like a campfire. We in a campfire.
On some Vincent Price shit. But yeah. So listen, yeah, I don't want to even keep you too long because listen, you had a restaurant and all that. We appreciate your time. Hopefully, you could come back in the future.
Sure.
Sit down and kick it with us. You know what I mean? We ain't about all the salaciousness and all of that type of shit. We here to just really talk
Man,
real
shit.
shit
Yeah.
and get into the mind.
Y'all so far behind on
Great
that shit. There ain't no need discussing it, man. It's so goddamn far behind, y'all. We
It
are
ain't it ain't
trapped
even
in the
nothing we would want to
closet
discuss.
part 75 at this point. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
And it's not even something we would want to discuss.
It ain't worth much.
We
Bullshit ain't
exactly.
worth much discussion anyway.
Well, my mother will not let me get off this interview without telling you that her and her good friend Penny love you. They love your show. They love your family, and
Yeah, we
yes,
love them
they
too.
they said
We
hello.
love them
And
too.
I was rocking with you. We ain't gotta rehash it. I took some
Hey
blows
man,
with
it's
you.
over with. It's over
I'm
with.
right on, brother.
It's over
Listen,
Right on.
with.
listen. Are you going to be in Atlanta in
The
April?
horizon
We
is
always
the
rocking.
horizon is ahead.
Word.
Are you going to be in Atlanta in April?
At some point in time in April, I'm
Hey,
sure.
man, I'll be at the Atlanta Comedy Theater in North
Oh,
Cross.
the whole month?
April 22nd to the 25th, man.
Okay, cool. Let me try
If
and
you
get up
there,
there. Let me
you
try and
know.
get up there.
And if
Definitely,
you're
I love to
there,
come
shameless
forward.
plug.
April
I love to come
22nd to
forward.
the 25th. If you're there,
You dig what
come
I'm
see me,
saying?
T.I.
I can.
Yeah, all the way that way.
Word.
Yo, my brother. Man, I just want to say shout out to you, shout out to your wife, shout out to your family.
Thank you.
We've seen them grow up in front of our faces, man.
Right
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
They've grown into some great young people, man. I think a lot of them have
Good
great
job.
in front of them.
Good
Yeah, you've
job.
definitely done a great job.
Yeah, man.
And man,
Man, I'm blessed.
yeah,
I'm blessed, man, that my kids are as respectable and respectful,
Yes.
and as mannerable as they have grown up to be, and that they have such an innate passion for being themselves. They're not trying to be me or who I was or recreate what I've done. Like they on their own path, walking their own journey.
Fact.
And I can respect that more than anything.
And what I also respect is that when you went into the reality television genre, you didn't walk down the same path that everybody else was walking down. You actually gave us something that was positive. You know what I mean? The representation of a family and what that's like. Like instead of a bunch of people beating on each other and cursing each other out.
Yeah, I didn't even look to my left or my right to have any comparison. I just did what was true to me. You know what I'm saying? We gave it to y'all as it came to us. You know, it wasn't never us trying to recreate anything. It wasn't never us trying to do anything other than the things that were true and authentic to us and our lives and our circumstances. And we were happy to be able to share that with the people.
There you go. All right.
All
Should
right.
any movies, anything you got going on? Anything you want?
Man, I got a lot of shit going on.
It's like, look, as he gets darker in the event.
Hey, listen,
I got a lot of shit
Yeah,
going on.
we got.
Jamar,
I may not have enough time to talk about it, but
we can still use this audio. Don't worry
Look,
about it. I'm not
as
even
he
worried
tells
about
the
it.
story, it's
it's
like,
this one.
yeah.
It's this
I
one
know who it
film.
is. His
It's
voice.
this one film that we
They know who
working
this
on
is.
and we were working on this film during the pandemic. It was called. We filmed it during the pandemic called "Don't Fear." My first horror film. Looking forward to doing that, producing and as well as acting in it with Joseph. I can't pronounce his last name. It's Secor. Joseph Secor from Power, I think. Joseph Secor.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Him and Terrence J, King Batch.
King Batch.
There's a few other phenomenal people in it. You know what I'm saying? Some very, very talented ladies and gentlemen that I don't want to try to remember or pronounce their names off the cuff. But it's directed by Dion Taylor.
Dion, Black and Blue.
Yeah. He's a phenomenal storyteller, and we're looking forward to presenting that to you ASAP.
We're gonna be definitely looking out for that. Follow this man on IG, all social media. What you Trouble Man? What is it? 21?
Man, Trouble Man 31. I mean, you can follow me, man. I don't be posting shit no more. I done logged off.
Oh.
I done logged off, man.
I hear you.
Know what I mean?
Sometimes you gotta just give that shit a break, man.
Yeah, or give it up. You did.
Don't give it up. Fuck it up.
Man,
Don't give it up.
Hove told me a long time ago, man. Fuck it out there talking to the people. What the fuck you doing? What the fuck you doing out there talking to people?
Sometimes you gotta just hit the refresh button, though.
But nah, it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? I respect it for what it is, and I understand where I do fit and where I don't.
The way to take the temperature, take a pulse, you check.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
Well, listen, brother, we appreciate you coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, our brother, T.I.P.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, King.
All right, legends. Appreciate y'all.
Pleasure, man. Straight up.
Love and respect.
Respect. Real. That was great. He's a real dude. That's a cool motherfucker right there.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He feels like somebody I went to college with. Like he just has that familiar feeling. He's cool. That was a cool motherfucker right there.
Hey, man.
Didn't know he spent that much time in New York either.
Yeah. That's dope.
That's really dope.
So maybe I guess maybe at the point where we just like completely start using him, just put a picture up of him.
We'll figure it out. Whatchamacallit will
like I don't want it to look like that. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is it's not always about just the visual. The audio is very valuable. You understand?
That's what I'm saying. Just have the pic, maybe just have a picture of. I don't want the visual to look like that.
Even if we kept going, we could have just, you know what I mean? The audio is still valuable.
T.I. has been replaced by Headshot.
That was great. That
was dope.
Everybody, now you see.
I did have a question about hip hop.
Are you not entertained? I'm happy that you subscribe to Patreon, ladies and gentlemen.
There is something. Well, maybe it may not necessarily be a question for T.I. Maybe it might be a question for like if we ever get like a Big U or Deborah Atney or one of them, because in that show Hip Hop Uncovered, but T.I. is the one that mentioned it, so I thought to ask T.I. of it, but I don't know. We got caught up in him, but. Like, you know how everybody is saying like, okay, with the Detroit and you got to affiliate with a Trick or Big U, like the check-in. I feel like that isn't necessarily a mandatory thing. Like, I feel like that applies to the type of artist you're trying to be. Like, I feel like those flashy showboaty artists are the ones that are coming to town and, you got to check in.
Saying if you're a gang member, if you acting like you're a gang member type rapper, then you got to check in with the gangsters of that town. That's what checking in is about. That's not just for all rappers. It's not like DIGGA'S supposed to check in. No.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, throwing up sets and all that type of shit, then you got to check in with the set of
you sure do
that you when you get there. If you got flags and all this that you're waiting.
That was Big U's stance, but now Trick was talking like all rappers.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I don't think he meant that. From what I know, I don't think Trick meant that, and I hope he didn't mean that. But nah, that's not, nah.
Can I ask a question?
I mean, some people could see. I could see somebody trying to say that to increase their importance. Hang on 1 second, my friend. I know you want to talk. Just give me a second.
Oh no, I was wondering who's Trick.
Trick is a guy from Detroit. He's like a gangster rapper.
Okay, I just wanted to ask what Trick was. Go ahead.
He's supposed to be a thorough street dude from Detroit.
No, he's a I guess a community activist of Detroit, and I guess he felt there was a time where artists were coming a community activist thug and a community activist rapper thug, and they gave a very polished presentation of his role on the documentary, but basically,
which documentary?
Hip Hop Uncovered. You got to check it out.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he created like a no-fly zone situation where artists were coming to Detroit and expected to pay tariffs in order to do things for the community, if you will. And one of their most notable instances was a show where they prevented Rick Ross from performing because, I don't know, I guess they felt like artists was coming to town, like the Detroit artist wasn't getting the love, and he kind of, did this thing, this no-fly zone thing. But
see, it depends on the type of artist you are.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
because I've been to Detroit many times. I remember doing a big ass show in Detroit, right on the water, some big ass stadium shit on the water. It was us, Public Enemy, fucking Naughty by Nature. It was like a whole bunch of like East Coast, but it was some positive big shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody like, yo, you got to check in and all. Like, who's gonna tell Chuck D to check in? Who's gonna, you know what I mean? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, come on. Like, that's for these niggas that claim to be all this gangster type of, when you talking all this gangster shit, then you got to check in with the gangsters. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Now, the gods probably want me to check in. You see what I'm saying? And I want to check in with the gods when I get from town to town, only not because I'm scared and I need their protection, is because I want to.
No, you want to connect with
friends when I.
You want to see yourself wherever you're at.
Exactly, I want to see myself wherever I'm at, just like the brother T.I. said. Word. So So for me, it's not a point of checking it. Shit, I got some gangster type dudes that when I get to Cali, I hit I'm in town, bro. But it ain't about checking in. It's just that's my boy. He just happened to be a gangster, but I'm not checking in.
Motherfuckers check in with me when they come to Newark. Like they know I'm gonna tell you who got the real weed and stay away from that K2 nigga over there. I'm gonna tell you where you should go eat, where you should and shouldn't park.
Paying you for the service, and you're not paying me for the service. We cool with each other,
right?
Like, I mean, like, but it's when you got rappers that don't really, don't have the respect that they want to portray that they have. You see what I'm saying? Now they got to pay people like this to make it appear that it is the way that they're saying it is. And that's the where all of that type of shit comes in at. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah.
Word up, son.
You heard me?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Right. I know he's going through some stuff. T.I. is going through some stuff with his wife, the allegations and all this other crap.
Yeah.
And
that's an open case. I'm not even going to ask him.
Oh no, I know. Of course not. That's why I stayed away from that. But he's made videos of him going, there's some bullshit going down, but we gonna get through this. Blah 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 blah. So yeah.
So and that's not when everybody knows about that.
Yeah. If he brought it up, he brought it up on his own. But no, I didn't. Yeah. No, that's a cool dude.
My daughter was like, and don't be bringing up that
no.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I got cussed out too. Trust me, I'm good. If I never hear that word is permanently muted out of my brain, any social media, whatever.
No, I think there's some good headway with the
but I said what I said.
South and what's really was going on in each other's heads and all of that.
That's a front. That's fresh.
Each other understand each other's point of view. I think that was a really good conversation, right?
It was great.
That was super dope.
Yeah. All right.
I hope y'all enjoyed this time we had together.
Yes. I'm so glad we had this time.
Like I said, I'm gonna be in Atlanta on Wednesday doing a face-off with Cassidy and Hitman Holla.
What time? Where at? Where time? Where's it gonna be?
No, I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
I
was wondering, you just start cheering already.
I'm requested and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yes, you're Wednesday. Wednesday is Wednesday. In 2 days. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well,
somewhere in your email, there's a flight itinerary. You'll get there.
Oh, right? No, I got all my itinerary. I just don't know where the place where the Facebook is supposed to be at. But once I get there, they're going to take me to wherever.
Dope.
I don't really have to know. I just got there.
It's Tampa, Florida in the building this week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Improv in Tampa, Ybor City. I will be there. Ybor City. Let's get it. I'm coming with it.
Let's get some going.
There you go. Okay, ready? I'm gonna tell a joke. Ready? Okay. I said you can kiss my ass. I told that motherfucker to suck my dick. You ever hate when niggas always ask you all them goddamn questions? If you see me with a white bitch, I'm holding her for the police.
You stupid.
I let that one go.
that was a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna do a Paul Mooney. Meghan Markle got her nigga wake up call. The queen was like, "Get this nigga out of my palace." Meghan Markle, I don't care if you half nigga, a quarter nigga, you a nigga.
Oh, good laugh track.
I love that laugh track.
definitely white woman laughter though, kind of.
I like that. It makes it even funnier.
It's like heavily white women in this audience. To
How
me.
about this? So my mother's a Catholic. You know, it's really weird how the president, I don't even think he knows he's even president. How about this? I tell you, I get no respect. My wife, she tells me, why don't you take me somewhere different? I say, why don't you go to the kitchen? I tell you, I got no respect. Oh shit. The sound effects. Rim shot.
Oh shit. Ears are hurting. All right. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yes.
Oh, Digga, so you're not itchy and scratchy no more. You good?
No more ill and out scratch for me.
Itching for a scratch.
Itching for a scratch.
Nope.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I'm about to go eat some shrimp tacos right
No.
Don't eat those, Chris.
You didn't learn your lesson.
Pray for me.
What? You love shrimp, huh?
Pray for me. Yeah, man. I do.
You can get away from it.
I like seafood more than anything. Like I'll live on seafood to I'll say fuck beef and chicken and everything else for fucking seafood. Like my ultimate goal is to be pescatarian. So I'm trying to like segue to, you know, I got to get over the boo the seafood. What
no, I love seafood.
Yeah,
I love all of it. I love everything. I'm omnivore.
I'm like shit.
See roaches. No go.
That's okay.
Eat your fucking cockroaches to yourself.
Fucking cockroach.
Eat your cockroaches to yourself.
Your womb is so polluted. I can't even have kiss.
Somewhere.
Your womb is so polluted. I can't even have kiss. Your womb is so polluted. I can't even have kiss. Your womb is so polluted. I can't have a kiss. Why don't you just take a Quaalude? You'll be fine in the morning.
Okay.
A Quaalude. Just give her a Quaalude.
Fly, pelican, fly.
And it was flamingos. That's what was so funny. Remember that? It was flamingos. And I had a joke like when I first started comedy. I said, man, remember that scene? He's in the tub. He's going fly, pelican, fly, and it's flamingos. Why didn't they put a scene where one of his henchmen goes, hey, Tony, no disrespect, Tony, those are flamingos. I don't give a fuck. Those are my birds. All right? I don't like flamingos.
He should have shot him, or him just shoot him right there.
Yeah, he just shoot him. Those are my fucking birds, huh? I don't give a fuck. I don't like flamingos, man.
Or how about the new shit with the meme where they be like, so Scarface says, fly, pelican, fly. All of a sudden, what do you mean, fly, pelican, fly? It's flamingos. Like, what is he talking about? Like, and the music starts going from like the scary movie type of shit. So I love those.
I wish that shit.
I brought you in this world, and I'll take you out. Parents be talking about, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. No, you won't. What are you talking about?
Oh, that shit was great.
For murder. Like, what are you saying?
That was awesome. Those little TikToks. That shit is funny.
I want to make one of those. Like, where do you get the pianos from? Like,
yeah, there's music you can do. I love those.
Yo, them shit.
Have you seen those, Rob?
Fuck.
Rob, have you seen those?
The thing with the where they do. I just put one up on my story. What's her name? Just Hilarious had one.
Okay.
Like people that get up as soon as the bell rings on the plane. You know what I mean?
Right.
And all of a sudden the music comes on but it's some other type of
scare. Yeah. And they go, so what's up? So who cares if I do that?
Like, why are you getting up? What you gonna jump out the window? Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, it's really funny.
It ain't even pulled up to the gate yet. Like
those are really like I say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, what if I don't have medical insurance? Huh? So what are you gonna do about that? Huh? What if I don't? Huh? What if the doctor's following me while I'm eating this apple? What if it didn't keep the doctor away because I owned?
This shit, there are some hilarious.
Dude, they're funny.
All I gotta know is where they get the fucking music from.
I love TikTok. No, that funny one, the one you sent me. Oh my God, Staples has Staples. That was hilarious.
She ran full speed to Dick's. And then the nigga
was like,
and he said, "Oh well," and then he started running to BJ's.
That's really funny. Oh, that's funny. How about the rap stuff with the products? The rappers take the cereal. They I was Frosted Flakes, and then have you seen this shit? They take products from the grocery store, whatever, and they rap with each product. The shit is crazy. It's like, so I was turning some tricks, and it has a tricks box. So turning some tricks with the golden grams. I was so. Yo, you gotta see it. It's crazy dope.
Yeah.
You take different food products and rhyme and include the food as you show it. It's fucking fire, dog. You should try that. You guys try that shit. This shit is hot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really dope.
I wonder if they're being shown the item first and they have to incorporate it.
Well, they can keep rhyming.
No, they're creating it themselves. It ain't 5 Fingers of Death. They probably
already know.
Oh no, you planning that shit? Fuck
yeah,
you
creating it.
No, you plan it because you don't know what kind of products you have at home.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like niggas like Super Nat and all of them, they used to like try to do shit where
I'm about to say you
talking crowd and be like, all right, give me 5 objects. Like, he don't even know what this is.
You talking something else?
No, this is like you have somebody at the
band.
You go to the grocery store or a CVS and go in an aisle and go, okay, I'm gonna rap about this, and that. And you go, yo, man, I'm not acting like Uncle Ben's, but that's okay because you call enter. It's like they'll show that. They'll show this product. They bring another product. It's really, really dope shit. And it's a challenge that they'll do with products.
So we're going to check it out.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I thank y'all for joining us this evening for the Godcast. Tell a friend to subscribe to the Patreon. Because, y'all are going to have access to this video pretty much starting now. Tonight. Yeah. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you for subscribing. We'll be back ASAP with more joints. And once again, for the Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Godfrey, I tell you.
Hey!